of what's coming. You've seen it with Alex Jones. This is their attempt to remove me. They can see the support that we're galvanising. As soon as what I've said publicly, I've made it publicly available information that I have a now support base which are going to help me challenge all the wrongs that have happened. My imprisonment, my false and unlawful imprisonment, my treatment by the prison system, Sky News, media outlets, all the people I wanted to challenge, or I want to challenge. And what has happened? PayPal have frozen my account. Froze it. I will be contacted by email after 180 days. Frozen the money that's in it. And stopped me using their facility ever again. Now, if you don't think there's some conspiracy going on, what is that about? How can that be? Now, let me tell you what that does. Now, so you understand the effect that does. I now employ 4 full-time staff. I just took on another 2 staff in the last week. I took them on. I got rid of my old team. I was starting with a new team. I just employed someone to concentrate on the website, web design, all of that side of it. Yeah? Now, I have a full-time team. I'm supported via PayPal. By closing my PayPal account, what that does is it closes my ability to continue working. And they know that. They know that. Now, it is simply fascism. I have a different political opinion. I report news and facts and stories that the media don't want to cover. And because of that, PayPal, this is Silicon Valley, big tech companies coming together, conspiring together in order to silence and control what you hear. That's what the problem is. They don't want you hearing, you knowing the truth, hearing the facts or hearing an alternative side to the story. They want to have the monopoly and tell you who I am and what I'm about and what my views are, rather than you having the ability to listen to me yourself. That's what this is about. So I'm now in a position where overnight, like that, they've closed us down. Now, I know all the left will be celebrating, brilliant, he can't operate, he can't work. And just so you understand, even my travel, when I travel, I went up last night. I travelled to Shropshire to see Gus. I'll get on to Gus's story. To see Gus. And I went up to see Gus. You do that, yeah? My ability to travel there, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay Saturday. I want to stay Saturday night. I think that lots of people should stay with him. I want to be there Remembrance Sunday with him. But my ability to travel, my ability to cover the Daisy story, to bring you that campaign. We've got another campaign I'm doing tomorrow. My ability to do any of this is because of the people who support me through PayPal. Now I've just set up. This is what this is for. Do I sit back and let them win on this? And to be honest, I felt deflated earlier. That's the truth. But do I sit? Because I just thought, Jesus, I've got 4 staff now that need paying every month, and you've just closed us down. But I've already set up a link on TommyRobertson.online just without PayPal now. So we don't have PayPal. And I know most people use PayPal. So the ability and the people who were, what they've done, and I've watched what they've done. You've seen the news stories. They said that I stand to make £1 million on my trip to America. My trip to America is for 7 days. It's giving 2 talks, and I'm not getting paid a penny. But what they've done by running those headlines, who says I'm going to make £1 million? Hope Not Hate. Who are Hope Not Hate? They're a George Soros funded organisation whose job is to stop me. That's it. That's their job. To stop me, to stop anyone who talks out against open borders and immigration. Their job is to destroy that person. And they're paid heavy sums of money from George Soros to do that. Okay? Now, does that have an effect? Yes, it does. Because I have subscribers who subscribe monthly. I've watched a 40% decline. I'm already was sitting thinking, I don't know how we're going to continue. Right? Already, for PayPal just done that. And the reason you have a decline like that, was because people think you get paid £1 million. Because the media are telling them you get paid £1 million. Who the hell can get £1 million for giving 2 talks? Great if I was, but I'm not. But I've watched that coupled with the Sunday Times article with my ex-infiltrator employee who lies again. Lies with no facts, with no evidence. £2 million. All banded around. I've watched as they're doing it. I can see exactly what they're doing. They're swinging it. And I see someone today said, I was in London by the American Embassy. And I had someone say, I hope you get in there, mate. You're going to make £1 million, ain't you? That's how far, and that is an agenda by the media who are used to spread this misinformation in order to stop you having support. If they stop you having support, they stop your work. It's as simple as that. And then couple that with closing down your bloody PayPal account. For what? Look, you go and have a research of some of the organisations, the radical extremist Muslim organisations that have PayPal. They said you don't fit within our guidelines. What guidelines is that? Well, because I oppose rape, because I oppose misogyny, because I oppose fucking fascism and violence from Islam. That doesn't fit within your guidelines. Anyway, I'm having a rant, ain't I? I'm just letting people know that if you were one of those people who was signing up to us and it's been closed down, okay? I'd ask that so I can continue doing the work I do. The link is on tommyrobinson.online. And I hope, I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like, it may be me today. Who is it tomorrow? This purge of people, for anyone who speaks out, being removed from social media, not just social media, bank accounts. Anne-Marie Waters, I don't even think can get a bank account. She can't even get a bank account. You can't run your eBay account without... They know that. They know that. This is all conspired together. How do we stop him? The only thing that I take satisfaction from is they must be doing a bloody good job if they're all sitting around. All these biggest tech companies in the world are sitting around talking about little Tommy Robinson from Luton. I think fucking brilliant. I'm actually must be a right thorn in your fucking arse, in your side. The government, the establishment, all of you. And it's a form that's not going to go away anyway. It's not. This is not going to stop me. And I hope that with the public support, they're not going to let it stop me. So... yeah, my mum just told me about this as she's watching fake news. I told her it's a load of bollocks. It's insidious. How sinister is it? How sinister is it? Their attempts to silence and stop. Whether it be in prison, whether it be just complete lies in the media. And then now, closing down your accounts. PayPal, you're a money facilitating company. What are you getting involved? Why are you getting involved in politics? You say we're not political. You just become political. Your statement was political. Removing me was political. Anyway, if you have supported me and you want to support me so I can continue bringing you news and stories, then please do. It's tommyrobinson.online. Other than that, Gus is currently starving. He's a 62-year-old gentleman, an ex-para, who is sleeping outside of combat stress. We have a website and a petition. A lot of people think the petitions work. I used to think the same. It worked with Soldier X. It really worked with Soldier X. When they saw that momentum, and do you know what? I'm so glad that I went to see Gus last night, because I've just seen today on the TV, Sky News, all the news outlets today. Gus, you have nailed it, mate. Your commitment and what you put yourself through these last 12 days have resulted now in discussions on ITV News about post-traumatic stress disorder, about people about ex-forces that are killing themselves. You have absolutely risen this debate, which is what your intention was. So well done, Gus. I hope that a man that hasn't eaten in 12 days, He's got bed sores. He's got sores. He's sitting out in the rain to make a statement. The statement is that ex-forces, the services are not there for them, to help them. A land fit for heroes was the slogan of World War I. A land fit for heroes. We're about to celebrate 100 years. When we say celebrate, we're supposed to celebrate the sacrifices people made. A land fit for heroes. This is not a land fit for heroes. It's a land unfit for heroes. Because you are not paying for the facilities and the care and the training for the staff that they need. Instead, you're spending £7 billion on God knows what for foreign aid. You could list through all the things you're spending your money on when it must and should be given to our armed forces who have struggled in their life, who are struggling with their families. I'm reading so many. I read one from a lady earlier who was married for 20 years to an SAS serviceman. And he left our country in the end. She said he died on his own in a foreign land far away because he couldn't cope. And he couldn't cope because the facilities were not there. We've set up a petition at savecombatstress.com. And I hope that Gus continues this. I know he continues this. And I hope that the masses come out to support him and his campaign. It's not my campaign, him and his campaign. We've just added a helping hand to him. Here's him and his campaign. I know that this Saturday will be the night before Remembrance Day. The Remembrance Day parade in Newport, in Shropshire, marches straight past where Gus has been sleeping and is continuing to sleep. Wouldn't it be great if on Sunday morning there were thousands of ex-servicemen standing by Gus's side? Thousands, members of the British public. I'll be there, 100%. I'll be in Shropshire this Sunday morning in Newport, to support Gus, but also to report. I'm hoping, wouldn't it be great if Gus was not sleeping there on his own Saturday night? If on the final night before Remembrance Day, wouldn't it be great if there was hundreds of people sleeping with him? That's what my intentions are. I was supposed to be in Poland this weekend, but I think that when I met Gus, when I met his wife, I met his family, I had opened up Pandora's box with Soldier X, and once it opened, not really knowing what to do with it, and then listening to these stories and listening to these stories every day of people suffering who should not be suffering. So, yeah, the point of my live stream was about PayPal, fascism, but let's end it on plans to all meet in Newport on Sunday. Newport in Shropshire, that is, yeah. And Norman's sleeping out with Gus. We're all going there. I'm going to see you all Saturday night. Yeah? If you're going to stay with Gus, I'll hope to see you Saturday night. This has got its own postcode. Oh, good night, man. I'm shattered.